Hi, my name is Brian Eschpeter. I'm the Director of IT at the Dawson Group of companies. I've been with the organization for a little bit over 2 years now, and we have 3 lines of business: road construction, road maintenance, and truck sales and service. When I first joined the Dawson Group, we had about 4 different phone providers across our group of companies. We had everything from copper wire, a more conventional phone system. We had PBX of 2 different providers coming into 2 of our different businesses, and we even had one office that was on voice over IP using a different solution. This really shone a light on the fact that we needed to centralize on one common solution across our organization so that people could communicate freely with one another. We started doing a bit of a scan of the market of different options that were available, and given that we are an Office 365 customer, we even assessed going with Microsoft's solution for a cloud-based PBX. What we found after doing some market research was by working with local company in Kamloops, iTel, we found that 8x8 offered the best solution that we could find for a very cost-effective price point that allowed us to really put them at the top of the ranking for a VoIP solution that our company would move on to. When we first started assessing different solutions to go with voice over IP, we put the pain points of our organization on the table first, and we assessed how difficult it was for different offices to easily communicate with each other. People would have to keep long phone directories, and we'd have to keep accurate information always on people's profile card in Microsoft Exchange. It was difficult to maintain, and people were generally having a hard time picking up the phone and getting in touch with each other. We wanted one common platform where people could extension dial each other in the office, or if they're actually not in the office and they're on their cell phone, or if they're working from home, they'd have the same common ability, the same unified way to be able to contact, to look up the extension or the contact information of their colleague and contact them across one of our 30 offices that Dawson Group has. That provided one of the biggest benefits for us, is that common, easy way for people to get in touch with one another. Shifting over to 8x8 has given a few measurable benefits for our organization. The first one is we've reduced operating costs of our phone lines from our previous model to our new model by 35%. Secondly, it's a lot easier for our IT department to manage and maintain. We don't have to run around with different vendors and copper wire solutions, and anytime that an individual moves from one cubicle to a different office, we have to rewire and go through the time-consuming effort of setting up their phone again. You can literally just unplug it and plug it back in again. And then, of course, our users have experienced one of the largest benefits, which is the easy ability for them to get in touch with each other when they're in the office, working from home, or when they're on the road. The mobile app gives additional flexibility. There's some integrations with Microsoft Teams that we use internally here as well that have helped people kind of find their way towards the best way to communicate with one another through 8x8. And in our conference rooms, we've put in a solution that allows us to have a bit of a hybrid model using Teams for some of our video conference meetings, but also using 8x8 for our phone line solution. So overall, at many levels, whether it's just somebody working at their desk or somebody in a phone solution or somebody moving to a new office, there's been simplicity that's been created for our company, all while saving on costs. iTel first brought the concept of this new partnership that they had with 8x8 to us in the fall of 2019. They knew at the time that we were looking for a new cloud-based PBX voice over IP provider, and they had just kind of forged a partnership with 8x8 that allowed us to sit down and have a conversation about what the benefits of 8x8 were. Because at the time we were doing the market scan, we were all ears. We'd already piloted one other system, in fact, and had kind of marginal outcomes with it. So we were eager to see what else was out there and how it could benefit us. The sales demonstration that we were taken through, that was a joint effort by iTel and 8x8, really showcased for us the power of the platform and the simplicity of administering it, and also sort of the global reach that they have, not only with their their team of 8x8, sales and technical support, but also the way their data centers are set up across the globe to provide the best possible service for organizations. Through that demonstration, and once we got a feel for not only the service that was provided, but how it fit in from a price point in the market as well, we were able to really dig in a little bit deeper. It really caught our interest as a potential solution that we would be going with. So we continued the conversation with them. We decided to make the purchase later on in 2019, and we put it in our first office in early 2020. It was a simple process. We made the procurement of the devices that we needed. We got them set up on the back end before we deployed our solutions. We started with a smaller office just so that we could make sure that we got a good feel for how the solution would work before we started doing it with our larger offices. But within just a matter of hours, we had the entire office cut over from the old system onto the new system, the phones up and running and working, and the porting from one provider over to another provider was completed. And really since then, because the phones are Polycom and easy to use and easy to understand, our users barely missed a beat. They just started using the new phone system with really positive outcomes. 8x8 has been a great organization to work with, from the introduction of the product and the service through iTel and 8x8 initially, up through the procurement that iTel assisted us with, the training and understanding of how the system works, and support through the implementation and post cutover. They've always just had our back, and we've really been able to get a lot of benefit out of the partnership that iTel and 8x8 have brought to us.